All is ready for my departure. Place the seal after I have passed through the shining path, and all my magics will cease to exist on this mortal plane.
All your magics?
Goodbye, Chaken.
I contend that it is my right to attend this gathering. I am your son.
I make no secret of it. You are my son.
Bastard son.
And what made you come and bother us this time?
I think it's greed. Don't tell me you have no expectations concerning my father's fortune.
I have no need of my father's money, but I would not mind his company occasionally. A man deserves to know his family.
Man? You're a 16-year-old half-breed, and you call yourself a man?
Now, David. If you weren't my brother, I'd see if that big sword of yours is as sharp as your tongue. Just think of the embarrassment that would cause you if a baby half-breed could make a big boy like you beg for mercy.
Don't make me use this long sword.
You wear a mighty rig, but I'll predict you are no swordsman. Even now, you squeeze the handle so tightly that you'll probably give yourself a blister.
Enough! We are not here to argue. The pig hunt is indeed a Legrave family tradition. I will teach you three brothers, as your grandfather taught Richard and I. The wild boar is a most noble opponent.
Something's wrong with me.
So, we are starting this game with basically nothing. And
It feels like some part of me is missing.
we just lost our soul. So,
My aching back.
that's not too great. Let's see what we can do about that. So, in this game, let me explain. This is the inventory, and this is your health, and this is your magic. These are your inventory spaces. You can have a bow or a ranged weapon, an armor, a shield, a weapon, four types of accessories. This game also has a hunger bar, but it is pretty useless because the heal spell will also heal hunger, so you can just heal your hunger. I will try to find all of the secrets in this game, or at least as many as I remember. Like this one here. There's a fire crystal inside. It's pretty neat, but we won't use it. We will probably just sell it.
This should be useful.
Well, here's the worst weapon in the game. It only has a strength of 1. But it will have to do for now. Over there, actually another secret. This is a law stone. I'm not sure
I might be able to use this.
how much you can see it on the screen. This one. These law stones are pretty useful to identify items in this game. In our log we can see our items, and this game has a tiered identification system. So basically, let's take these bag of rations. Right click to use, a sack full of dry crackers and smoked meat. Common. If I use it, it will reveal more information about this. Eating these hard biscuits and meat eliminates hunger. Each item has three distinct messages they can show. So the first one you get on pickup, the second one you get on use, and the third one you get on using it a couple of times. If you use a lore stone, you can reveal any information, all these entries, without having to use the item. They are somehow useful for somewhat useful for new players, but we won't need them too much. And here's our first and only enemy in this area. It's just a weak spider. The spider actually drops some spider silk. We can use this as bandage to heal ourselves. And that's the compass, the third item. You can miss this, but you can find it later in a different location. If you inspect these holes in the tree, you get some random items. Well, they are not really random. They are predetermined.
Which way was the camp?
But if you make it just right, you can pick up this just before you hit the load trigger. So let's load up the next cutscene.
Lad, be still. We thought you dead. We found your family not long ago.
Did you find my father? Is he hurt? We had quite a scare last night.
How could you not know, sir? They're dead. All three.
Wake up, Copper. It is time for you to be going.
Mistress Dawn, I thank you for your care. Have you figured out what attacked us?
Creatures from between the dimensions have escaped from a seam.
Creatures?
Rift hounds. Great slobbering beasts. They usually exist only in the chaotic gaps between dimensions. I fear they have stolen your soul.
I don't understand. I feel fine now.
Of course you feel fine. You are immortal, for the time being. Your soul is missing, but I have applied a spiritual ward which will guard you from death until you can seek out and recover it. But you'll need to move quickly. I can't maintain your ward forever.
How can I get my soul back? Where can I find these hounds?
You cannot follow into the gap, but perhaps you could look for your soul in the portal world. You should go to the caves and seek the Droracle too. If he is still there, he may know.
Then that's what I'll do. I will seek the Droracle in his caves.
There's more you must know. With your father gone and your brothers too, you are now the only heir to the kingdom of Gladstone. But there are powerful forces within the keep who believe that you killed your father deliberately in order to advance more closely to the throne. They may clamor for your head. I will speak to Richard when he returns, but in the meanwhile, I'd not press the issue here. And join a guild for God's sake. A man your age needs the skills a guild can teach. Here's a scroll which describes the 3 guilds. Choose one and quickly is my advice.
Sorry to hear of your loss, young master.
Thank you. And you are?
Samuel, my lord. I was a great friend of your father's, and I know this is not your fault.
Hurry, Copper.
Well, goodbye then. Thank you both. Me join a guild? Might be valuable, if they'll have me.
So, despite what Dawn said, we can actually join all 4 guilds. And I think we will do that just for the sake of showing it. So, can pick up some money in here. And talk to this little fellow here.
Copper, are you all right?
Sure. I'm lucky, I guess. So what are you up here for?
Can't one friend be worried about another?
I appreciate your concern, but I know something else is up. A gentleman like you does not live on good wishes. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to visit the guild houses.
Ah, and that's exactly why I'm here this morning. The 3 guild houses up here are fine establishments, and membership will be a powerful help to you in Gladstone's society. But you should know, my friend, there is another way. A group of us who do not fit so nicely into more conventional molds have formed our own association. We at the Bacchanal keep a low profile. You'll not find our door so easily, but your efforts will be well rewarded. And now I must go. They do not enjoy my type lurking around up here.
I know that feeling. But wait a minute. Where are you going? If I wanted to, how would I find your group?
Let's play a game, Copper. Call it hide and seek. Find us, and we'll let you join.
So he basically represents the Thieves Guild. Pick this up. So this is actually the good old games version of this game. The original game does not work since Windows XP, so it's been quite a while since I played it last. But I played it a lot, so let's hope I find all the important secrets.
Cleric's Guild. Excuse me, Friar.
And you, little one, you are Copper. Before I have seen you.
I've been here in Gladstone for almost 2 years now.
That is when I see you. Gathering moss I am by moonlight when you and your father come riding by. Your father was great man. I am sorry very much for your loss. Finch Boris I am. You would like to join our order? Herbs that God gave serve as weapons here. Would you join our order? A coin as pledge is placed in my pocket here.
Yes, sir. I'd like to join your guild.
Good, good. Always good. The Finch asked now a simple task. Bring back here the meat of wild boar for sealing our bargain.
A wild boar? I can do that.
Is good. Meat for poor. Be off, Copper. Then, finishing your task and returning to guild. Good luck to Brother Copper.
So he represents the Clerics Guild, basically the healers, and he also gave us our first heal skill.
Herbs and the Drarical's caves. I guess I should do some pig hunting too.
And as you can see, the heal also heals our hunger, which kinda makes this whole food system useless. Oh well. Then there's a secret over here. Got some money. A mana foil, which will regenerate a little bit of mana. And this weird cap. If you equip it and stand around for a certain amount of time, you just fall asleep and recover some health and magic. But the cap will be used, so we will probably sell it. It's not that important.
Ah, the magician.
Or that useful.
Oh, pardon me. These transportation spells are slippery.
Oh, I see.
You must be Copper. I'm sorry about your father and brothers. Have you joined a guild yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're invited to join our guild then. The Talamari is the oldest guild in Gladstone.
Thank you.
If you want to join, hand me a coin as a symbol.
Seems like the right thing to do.
Wonderful! Dawn told me you'd probably join us. Well, now I'm supposed to... Oh, yeah, the portal. She wants you to get a sample of the energy from that portal thing in the woods.
How am I supposed to collect the sample?
Here, take this crystal sampling wand. When you've completed the task, come back, and then I can officially register you. And I'll show you the store, too. We've got a very nice store here at the guild house.
Okay, then. And thank you. What is your name?
I'm Shaned. Hurry back, Copper. I look forward to seeing you again.
Alright, that's our second quest. Another secret here. This is a Wells fruit. Basically, it's just an antidote. It cures poison of any kind. Another mana foil here.
Aha,
these barrels have
be the
some
Fighters
in
Guild.
items, but most of them are not that interesting, so I won't bother smashing them.
Excuse me, sir.
Hey, who'd you be calling sir? I ain't no officer.
I meant no...
Hey, you're the squirt I'm to invite into our guild. Copper, ain't you? You don't look like a warrior, but I've give my word. If you would join the Iron Ring, give me some coin as pledge of your troth. Very well then, lad. As test, you're to clear them rats from the guild warehouse by the old docks. I'd bet the rats, but should ye prevail, visit the guild house to claim your prize. Best of luck, you whelp. Now be gone.
Alright. Alright. The Mages Guild gave us the Lesser Spark spell, which is pretty much useless, except for a few puzzles in this game. And we got a dagger and a wooden shield, so it's not that useful. But we can actually equip this dagger in our main hand and have a little more strength. Even though that won't be that useful. We can also equip a dagger into the missile slot and throw it. If you pick it back up, it will automatically go into the slot. But it's not that useful. These stones can also be thrown, but they are pretty garbage, so I won't bother.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm looking for my soul. It's missing.
I don't know. You might want to look in the Drarical's caves.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Everybody seems to think highly of him.
Alright, let's head into the woods. So yeah, the good old games version has this little issue. This game in general has very, very many issues that could not be fixed. It's obvious this game was rushed, but it's still a fun game. And I enjoy it, so I don't mind. So our first real encounter with a boar. Just dagger him to death. That will solve our cleric's quest, which we just saw. We can pick up this axe. It's a little bit stronger than a dagger, but a bit slower.
Let's barbecue.
It has a strength of 13, but it's really slow. So I don't like it. Alright, these are rotten meat. They are pretty terrible. They will fill your hunger, which is not that important, and they have a chance to poison you. So don't use them. Just use your heal spell. Oops. Game automatically equipped my daggers back again in the ranged slot. I didn't want that, but it doesn't matter too much. These ones are nice. This is alloy. It heals a lot of health, and at least for the beginning of the game. And it regrows, so you can harvest this bush a lot of times. In here we find ivory chip. It will increase our maximum magicka by 5. It's not that strong, but it's useful for the beginning. So over here is a pretty nice secret. Let's just save, because we risk drowning. But if we jump into the water over here, we can find a few nice items. Like these flesh pots. Just make sure to jump out to catch some air. Copper cannot swim, he sinks like a stone. So these flash pots are decent, but we also get these healing scrolls. These are pretty strong healing items. And we get a spiked mace. This is a really strong weapon for the beginning. 22. And the attack speed is actually pretty neat. I don't want daggers in the ranged slot. Let's get some alloy in there, so we can heal if we have to. The rest doesn't matter. Alright, this is an ancient stone. Over here we have an ancient magic meter. If we use it, it will increase by 1. Ancient magic will be used for endgame spells. And each time you want to use one of these spells, it will cost you 1. But we don't need that right now, so let's not bother. Enter the warehouse instead. We can hear the rats already. Just hit him with our mace. It's pretty effective. I think in this one there should be... no? Was it this one? Yes, there's a crossbow in here. That's a pretty nice ranged weapon for now. It doesn't do much damage, but there's no arrows in this game, so you can just shoot without worry. Does a damage of 13. Alright, the stats. So we have strength or might, defense or protection, missile strength, and melee strength. Your total melee damage is combined by melee strength and might, and your range damage is just your range damage. This means in this game your melee damage is always better than ranged. And there are only 2 really decent ranged weapons, and none of them are as strong as most of the melee weapons. So melee is the strongest way to fight in this game. Protection is not that important, especially since there are a few other ways to deal with damage.
Not exactly stalwart fighters.
Just kill these rats. So, these were pretty easy, but there's a lot of dead rats in here. I wonder who could have killed them. There we have the culprit. Two of these giant red men. They could pose a threat to us, so let's be careful. Heal. There we go. They even had some money for us. And that fulfilled the requirement for the Warriors Guild. We can now leave. These barrels have some minor items, but I don't think we need any of them. And there's some alloy. And a hole. That's a stroke dagger. These are single-use throwing daggers which turn into lightning when you throw them. Basically, you just shoot lightning. They are pretty strong, but pretty expensive as well, so I'd rather sell them. Don't run away.
Let's barbecue.
So, wasn't there... Yeah, there are some iron gloves, chainmail gloves, rather. Yeah, chainmail gloves. They give a nice defense boost for the beginning. Not too much, but it's a little, and it helps. At least until we get some better defensive options. This is the portal the Mages Guild wanted us to take a sample of, which we just did. Let's not go in there just yet. So we could return, but there's a little detour I wanna go first. Doesn't matter, but it's a pretty nice thing.
You think you're pretty tough, don't you?
So we are walking through the woods. There are these signposts here. They show you the way, for example, to the Drarakal Cave.
A sign pointing the way to the Drarakal.
Oh no. This hole poisoned us. It's just a lesser poisoning, so it's not that bad. Lesser poisoning just deals a little bit of damage over time and it fades away. There are actually 3 types of poisoning. Lesser poisoning, heavy poisoning, which will not go away by itself. You need to use an antidote or heal forever against it. And there's an even worse type of poisoning, but I should not mention what kind of it is exactly. It could be a spoiler. So there would be the Drarakal Cave, but I want to do something else. I want to go to... It's not... There's no sign here. It's Lower Gladstone. Basically, it's... we have the castle Gladstone and this is the city we are walking to. Also, there's a very specific item I want to pick up on the way. It should be right around here somewhere. These are lamplights. They are actually not aggressive, like the boars are, unless you attack them first. And they are pretty nasty for a beginner, so we should not attack them. However, there should be this one. This is a really nice item. It's a mimic stone. Basically, anything you use it on will get duplicated. It's a single use, obviously. We will need this for later. Pretty soon, actually. So now we will head straight to Lower Gladstone. Kill some pigs on the way. Also, we can hit these trees and get some ironwood sap. Ironwood sap is basically just a crafting material. Lots of boars around here. Too bad we haven't joined the guild yet. So, if you're not joining any guilds, you cannot level in this game. Basically, anytime you kill an enemy or solve a puzzle or do anything, basically, you get experience divided between all of the guilds you have joined. So, if you do a single guild run, which is possible, you will get a much higher level, but it's always easier to join all 4 guilds, and I want to join all 4 guilds because I want to show what each guild has to offer.
Goat herd boy, do you have some cheese for sale?
Goat herd? Cheese? Why would you think I would have cheese for sale? Who are you, anyway?
Me? Surely you know of me. I am Rix. Rix of Turquoise. You know, the slayer of Belial.
Oh, right. Rix. Come to think of it, I have heard of you. You're the great adventurer, aren't you?
That's me, and what a thrill for you. I must be quite an inspiration to your generation, mustn't I? Well, cherish the memories, boy, for now I must be going.
Well, howdy.
Please don't. Are your hands greasy?
Alright. So, over there is Lower Gladstone. I can show something else. Because we are here right now. A little more, please. So, if you, for example, decide for any reason to not join the Clerics Guild, you might find the game a little bit more difficult because you don't get a healing spell. But there's one in this tree hole. Also here...
What kind of fruit is that on your trees?
Is a not very talkative man. Yeah, he actually talks to you, but they never bothered to give him speech. So actually he said, Geldenberries. And then, so, how's the crop this year? Bugs. I can't see him yet, but I can feel him. Know what I mean? Well, yes, I do perceive an inevitable doom setting around here, but I hadn't yet figured out that it was the bug problem. That's cause you're an amateur. Me, I'm a professional. And I can feel these things and I know what they are. So, they never bothered to give him voiceover, so, oh well. We can buy Geldenberries from him. Let's buy a few. Keep in mind, these berries we just bought, they cost 10 crowns each. Just keep that in mind. That's everything we need here. So let's head on straight to Lower Gladstone. I don't think these... Oh, well, they... No, they attack us, so kill them. I was gonna let you live, but they attacked me, I think. So here are the gates of Lower Gladstone.